Truckers X TV on air. We are now live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the episode of Triangle Strategy. The previous episode we completed a sleep with one eye open. Today's episode right now we're going to go back to the Fate in Flames, and this is where we had to send Roland to Asphodel, and now they said that they're going to behead him. So for today's episode, make sure that like button, subscribe, channel is going to go into back to this save state, because that's the one with the ice guy. So we already had enough with bow guy, so now we're going to go back to the ice guy. And the merchant, that's also playable.
News of Prince Roland's coming execution is carried far and wide. In the blink of an eye, the kingdom of Glenbrook is no more. The realm reels from the tragic turn of events. Prince Roland's death marks an uncertain change in the flow of history. A change which none in the Old Kingdom have the power to reverse. However, the eruption of conflict in the region does not go unnoticed by its neighbors. In the holy state of Hyzant, opportunistic hearts stir.
Are we branching out again? Oh my god. We're already doing too much.
My dearest friend has been sentenced to die, and there is naught I can do. What use is a lord's position if he can't even save those closest to him?
Serenoa, you mustn't.
Is it true? Another ravenous dog is stirring?
It is. We face none other than Minister Sorsley End, one of the Saintly Seven. It seems he means to take our domain for his own.
House End? Their position in Hyzant has been in decline for some time.
Doubtless, Sorsley means to use the Walford domain to bolster his flagging influence.
My lord, our soldiers have had scarce little time to rest since our last battle. I fear for their morale if they were forced to take the field against Hyzant.
Is there naught we can do?
We have sent request for aid to House End more than once, my lord. However, our pleas have always fallen on deaf ears. Doubtless Sorsley has been biding his time to strike.
Then it is too late for words. There must be something we can do to avoid straining our already ragged forces.
There is, my lord. However...
I dread the words that follow however when they come from you.
Let us ask the Archduke for assistance.
Are you mad, Benedict?
We must needs focus on the matter in front of us. If we weather this storm, we may see that it has unearthed unseen opportunities. However, if we let Sorsley's advance continue unabated, I'm afraid retreat may be our only option.
You are right, as usual. Very well. Ready a bird.
Your Excellency, our troops have boarded and are awaiting your orders.
Good. Stand by until I give the order to depart. We make for the Wolfort domain. Upon the foundations of their keep, we shall build the glory of House End. Tell the troops, they shall be well rewarded for their feats of bravery this day.
Yes, Your Excellency.
I see House End has raised their banners. I can practically smell their greed from here. Doubtless that slug Sorcelet is licking his lips even now.
I did not think House Wolfort would deign to request aid.
They surprise even me. Has the young wolf learned to swallow his pride?
What should we do, Your Grace?
We cannot very well be seen to ignore those under our protection. Go.
And what of Prince Roland?
That shall have to wait. We may have use for him yet.
Recent events have not quelled your desire for knowledge, I see. You make your teacher very happy, Frederica.
It is progress that I can see. I enjoy the growth that comes with learning.
And you should be proud.
Sheila, why do you think my brother attacked Glenbrook?
War is a means to an end, always. The question is, what end does he hope to arrive at?
But what could he hope to gain by razing the castle? I can see no point to his cruelty.
There is always a point, Frederica. As for whether others agree with that reasoning, well, oftentimes that doesn't matter.
How dreadful. Why must it come to arms? Why can't we settle our differences with words?
So long as men covet, there will be war. That fact is immutable.
Then war will continue forever, so long as men exist. Isn't that what you're saying?
Indeed. History has attested to that fact time and again.
What could there possibly be in this world worth risking life and limb for? I cannot fathom the answer.
And 'tis not a question you should trouble yourself with answering, Frederica.
And so did the two forces converge on the Wolfort domain, now the linchpin of the Norzelian continent. From the west, General of Vlora leads the might of the Grand Duchy of Esfrost. From the east, Sorcelet End of the Saintly Seven commands an army from the holy state of Hyzant. From within the heart of this maelstrom, one man strives to find the path that will see the house he serves safely through the storm. Benedict Pascal, steward of House Wolfort, wise in war and peace alike, contemplates what to do next.
Release his fetters.
Yes, Your Grace.
You look well, my prince.
What are you doing here?
I bring good tidings. Your execution has been stayed. And I have a request to make of you.
What? What have you not already taken from me?
The good tidings did not end with a lease on life, my prince. I mean to marry your sister.
What?
However, I fear that without your assistance, she may not be entirely amenable to the arrangement.
Has your ambition driven you mad? I'll hang before I see you wed.
I had feared you might say that. In the days ahead, do remember that at first I attempted a diplomatic approach.
You bastard!
Anna, a report on our current situation, if you will.
Yes, sir. Both Esfrost and Hyzant have mustered armies, and are drawing upon Castle Wolfort as we speak. Given the sudden military action, Prince Roland's execution has been stayed.
Thank you, Anna. We have much to consider.
Indeed. Our situation may be grim, but there is opportunity in chaos. However, we have scarce little time to find it.
What are you thinking, Benedict? Are we to seriously consider fighting under Esfrost's banners?
The time that House Wolfort could stand alone ended with the Saltiron War. There is no future for us if we do not cast our lot with a greater nation. However, we at least have the freedom of choice.
Choice? What choice do we have?
I see. You had an ulterior motive to requesting aid from Esfrost.
Just so. We could offer Hyzant a glorious victory.
The Archduke's army would be caught off guard. Are you certain Hyzant would offer us asylum?
Most certainly. House End would be eager to bolster their flagging reputation by defeating Esfrost in the field. Doubtless, both nations view us as prey on its last legs. They forget that a cornered wolf is the most dangerous.
That means we must consider allying with Esfrost as well.
If that is what we decide, then so be it, so long as we decide. Esfrost did not ignite the fires of war lightly. They prepared for 30 years. Even so, they would only have acted if they had confidence in their chances at victory.
Do you believe Esfrost's ambition could swallow even Hyzant?
That ain't the point. After what those bastards did, I can't well say I savor the thought of fighting under them. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror, in fact.
Nothing would be more shameful than failing our duty to our house.
So we have to decide then. Esfrost or Hyzant?
Neither force has the upper hand. Our choice will surely guide the tide of battle.
Very well. Then let us consult the scales.
Legit, there's no break. Oh my god, 2 undecided, 2 okay. Let's buy with Sorceley. Accept Esfrost's aid. First Esfrost now has a just. What did they want with House Wolfort? I thought we were allies. Norzelia was meant to know true peace. We even held a celebration for our new mining venture. Don't they have any shame? We will not yield our domain to anyone. This land is ours, and it will remain that way as long as we stand. The other great powers of this realm view us as vulnerable prey, but we will make them see the error of their ways. Our domain occupies a very strategic position between the other nations. It is only natural for them to want it, but we will use those selfish desires against them here. But of course, we won't forgive anyone who dares invade us, whether it be the Duchy or the Holy State. The warriors of House Wolfort stand behind you, my lord, and await your command. Can I get the heck out of here? Our house must stand together now more than ever. I am counting on you. Can I get the heck out? I am so glad Prince Roland's execution has been stayed. Still, I cannot help but wonder how he fares in the enemy hands. The scales may have decided our path, but that does not change the fact that I handed my old friend over to our invaders. I have the right to fret over him. Aspharos needs Prince Roland alive if they can control Glenbrook. No harm will come to him as long as he is useful to them. I wish we could have helped him, but we turned him over to protect our domain. You are right, my lord, but we all know how His Highness can be sometimes. Indeed, he isn't the type to merely accept his fate as a puppet, let alone one of Gustavus. I wish we had been more careful. What does Aspharos hope to gain by invading Glenbrook in the first place? I wish I knew. If we did, we might be able to figure out how to counter the Archduke. Can I get the thing that's like brightly around here? Thank you. Can I get the heck out of here? Can I get the heck out of here? Alrighty then. What happens if we become a tie? What happens then? Weather the storm. Let's see.
I think...
My knowledge of both nations has caused me quite the dilemma. While I am concerned about fighting alongside the clannish Holy State, I cannot bring myself to put fate in the duchy either. What are your thoughts, Lord Serenoa? We should accept the duchy and fight Sorceley? So you would prefer to fight alongside Aspharos? My inquiry as to why. Roland's execution has been stayed for the moment. I think it's best we obey the duchy until we have the chance to rescue him.
Indeed.
Lady Frederica also worries about His Highness. His life is currently in the duchy's hands, and none can say how long his execution has been stayed. Acting rashly could cost the prince his life. It might be best for us to await an opportunity to see him safely return to us.
We must decide.
Each nation has its strengths and weaknesses. We must carefully consider which would best serve us in battle. I wonder what the others might be thinking. So, you would suggest we join forces with Aspharos? I must admit, I am curious as to your reasons, my lord. House Anne managed matters related to Salt. I doubt that Hyzan charged them with marching against us alone. If we were to revolt against Gustavus' rule, there is a chance they would use Roland against us.
However,
in which case, even joining forces with the Holy State would not help us get His Highness back. We must be prudent and examine each option carefully.
Certainly not.
If you don't mind continuing, I would like to hear more on your reasoning. It may be a good opportunity for you to examine your own thoughts. Might is right in Aspharos. If we defeat Hyzan in battle, we may win the duchy's favor in a way to best in turn. Uncovering Hyzan's true motives, we must take this.
Certainly not.
Indeed, displaying our power to Aspharos is one of the paths before us. But I must warn you that Archduke is not a man so easily bested. You mean to say that Gustavus will crush those who are no use to him, as well as those who pose even the slightest threat? Just so, there is a reason he stands the pinnacle of nation where only the strong thrive.
And
he is a man obsessed with victory and naught else. That being said, it raises the question of whether or not we would want to be vassals of such a nation.
What do you think?
Our backs may be up against the wall, but I still won't join forces with those Asphrosty bastards. They took Prince Roland from us and destroyed House Falks. I won't see him sullying House Wolford's good name any longer. You want us to ally with Aspharos? Are you out of your mind? Aspharos values strength above all else. If we show them what we are capable of, our situation is likely to improve. The Church has control of Glenbrook. It would be unwise for us to cut our ties with them so rashly. We don't know what Hyzan is after, and Aspharos still holds Roland prisoner. I would stay our course and see where it ends. I suppose you have a point. I thought joining hands with Hyzan would be best for House Wolford, but we can very well bend His Highness. Still, I've got pride as a member of the house, and I don't think I have it in me to keep bending the knee to Gustavo like this.
Serenoa
Was the one who started the war. Hyzan may have his own motivations to marching against us, but I cannot see us aligning with Aspharos. Why do you believe it's better to join forces with Aspros and not Hyzant? The kingdom's commerce is controlled by the duchy. We risk isolating ourselves if we turn against them. It is as you said, Hyzant's motivations are unclear, but we need to ponder anything under Azeroth's rule. Alrighty then. Roland will live as long as we're useful to Azeroth, and so as long as he lives, there will be a chance to save him.
Surely.
Let's get the heck out of here. Let's see what happens. So we have to be on the right side of things, right?
It is time.
To the right. What?
Equal votes for all sides. As such, the Lord of the House will render the final decision.
Really? Oh god. So that's what happens. If only they just make it easier just to put a save point right there.
The way forward is decided. We ally with the Grand Duchy of Aesfrost and decimate the Hyzantian forces. The road forward is decided. We shall join forces with Aesfrost to crush the Hyzantian army.
I shall send word at once to begin planning our strategy.
I'll tell the guards to shut the gates and tighten their patrols.
Thank you, and let us attend to our duties.
Alright then, let's get to the other side. Okay, now we have to persuade them for the other way. Let's see. Let us cast our log with sorcery and bring Asphrod to a heal.
In that case,
So we'll prefer to fight alongside Hyzant. Might I inquire why? I do not think our situation will improve as long as we bend the knee to Asphrod. I don't even know what the other operation is. I see. I did not think the Archduke's cunning to extend so far. Perhaps Frederica's engagement was just a means of putting House Wolford within reach. Is there anything else on your mind, my lord? We do not know what sort of treatment Roland is being subjected to. I wish to rescue him as soon as the opportunity. I fear it's too late for us to say things like that, Lord Serena. Whether we like it or not, Prince Roland is no longer with us. God damn it.
We must decide.
Let's cast our votes to there. So you would like to suggest we join Force Hyzant? I must admit, I am curious as to why. We may be able to use House End as a means to gain more powerful allies in the Holy State. That may be easier said than done. I'm afraid I will not deny that Minister Sorceley is an influential man in Hyzant, but his influence is not as great as it was, and we do not know yet if his actions now were sanctioned by the Holy State. We must consider the possibility that allying with House N may not be to our advantage. Allow me one more question, my lord. What are your thoughts on Aspros? House Wolford stands for justice. As such, I simply cannot accept Aspros' rule. Your might is right. I fear the people of Glenbrook will eventually tire of resisting Gustavus' rule if they see us brought to heel. The longer we remain under control, the more fraught of the situation will become. You prove time and account you are worthy to get a house. I'm sure Lord Simon would agree. Each of us has pride as a member of Wolford. We cannot remain defensive forever if you wish to display our oath might. What? Anna. Our relations with Aspros are currently stable. I wonder if benefits of lying at Hyzant are worth destroying that. It seems you and I are not the same mind, Lord Sir. May I ask your reasons? I believe Hyzant detected the perfect opportunity to release us from this impasse we have reached.
Yes.
Invading the Fox domain was a serious blow to our forces indeed. It is clear that they aim to weaken us, and I suppose we do not need an ally like that. Wow, that was fast.
Lord Serenoa.
I agree with Eredor. I do not want to be allies with Aspros. But siding with Hyzant now is a tantamount to betrayal, and who would dare to trust such disloyal wars after that? I wonder if the others would agree. I see. Pray tell me, my lord, what makes you say so? Why should we ally with Hyzant? Roland will forever remain the Duchy's prisoner should we stay on their side.
Good point.
You haven't given up, have you? I am sorry, Hewitt. We are bound by tipping of the scales, but things have changed. As both friend and vassal, I want to save Roland. I must. Thank you, Lord Serenoa. With Hyzant at our backs, we may be able to negotiate Prince Roland's release. Lord Serenoa, is there anything else I should consider? Perhaps it would help me gain more insight. I cannot imagine what would become of us should we stand by Aspros and lose the battle to Hyzant.
I wonder about that.
Come on, son! Just give me that tipping point. I think I got, hopefully, let's see what happens. If not, I could just redo the thing I did again.
It is time.
And see what I can do. To the right, to the right, to the right. Yes, sir! Alrighty then.
The
Let's
way
go.
forward is decided. We ally with the holy state of Hyzant and decimate the Asfrosti forces. The road forward is decided. We fight for Hyzant and crush Asfrost's forces.
I shall send word to Minister Sorsley at once to arrange a parley and discuss strategy.
I'll send word to the guards to shut the gates and tighten their patrols.
Thank you. Then let us attend to our duties.
I pray Minister Sorsley will hear us out.
From distant parapets, even the greatest armies appear benign. Let us hope Sorsley becomes more amenable to an alliance with a full reckoning of Asphrost's power.
Regardless, I sense a hard fight on the horizon.
And with that, we'll end the episode right here. Like, comment, subscribe, show us I'm signing out.